Every year, millions of hardworking Americans walk into big box stores, see a familiar badge on a shiny zero-turn, and spend thousands without knowing what is actually underneath the seat. Then, a season later, many of those same owners are dealing with breakdowns, weak transmissions, impossible warranty claims, and repair bills they never saw coming. The truth is, some zero-turn brands in 2026 are surviving on old reputations they no longer deserve. Famous names that were bought out, stripped down, and rebuilt as cheaper versions of what they once were. Today, I am going to show you which brands smart buyers are walking away from, what these companies are really putting inside their machines, and why some of the most popular mowers on showroom floors today are actually the worst values you can buy. Stay to the end, because the last brand on this list shocks almost everybody. I am going to tell you something today that the Home Depot floor salesperson will never tell you, that the Troy-Bilt marketing department hopes you never figure out, and that thousands of people learn the hard way every single mowing season across this country. Troy-Bilt zero-turn mowers are some of the worst equipment purchases you can make at their price point in 2026. Not because of how they look on the showroom floor, but because of what happens after you get them home, what happens when you need warranty service, and what happens when the machine falls apart faster than any mower at that price ever should. I'm not here to be cruel. I am here to be honest. And right now, the truth about Troy-Bilt zero-turns is one that every buyer deserves to hear before they hand over their money. Let's start with the Troy-Bilt lineup. Troy-Bilt's zero-turn family runs from the base Z42 all the way up to the Mustang Z54. The base Z42 starts around $2,900, straps a 547 cubic centimeter Troy-Bilt branded house engine in it, not Kohler, not Kawasaki, and cuts a 42-inch swath. The Mustang Z42 steps it up to a 725 cubic centimeter Kohler twin, still 42 inches, priced right around $3,099. Then you've got the Mustang Z46 at 22 horsepower with a 46-inch deck, and the Mustang Z54 pushing 24 horsepower with a 54-inch deck. That one running as high as $3,700 depending on where you shop. Sounds fine on paper, right? Here is where it all falls apart in real life. That deck material is embarrassingly thin. Real owners, not paid reviewers, real people, are reporting that the mounting brackets on the deck crack and break within the first season. Metal-on-metal vibration just chews right through the bends. You replace one, and two more come loose. The stamped steel deck itself is so light you could practically dent it with your thumb. When the toughest part of your mower is described by its own owners as pop can material, that tells you everything you need to know about what Troy-Bilt actually built here. And when something breaks, because it will, good luck finding someone to fix it. Troy-Bilt's authorized service network is a ghost town. Real customers have driven 30, 40, even 200 miles only to find out the shop listed on Troy-Bilt's own website refused to take warranty work because Troy-Bilt was not paying them. The electric PTO system on the Mustang Z46 and Z54 is another one to watch. It works fine today, and then one day it just doesn't, and you're staring down an expensive fix on a machine that was never cheap to begin with. Here is the thing nobody talks about openly. Troy-Bilt is an MTD brand, same parent company as Cub Cadet. A lot of these machines share the same bones, the same platform and different paint. You are not getting premium engineering. You are getting a rebranded consumer box store mower with a shiny name slapped on it, and a price tag that has no right being that high. For that same money, you could find a used commercial ZTR from Husqvarna, Ferris, or an older Exmark, machines that were literally built to run 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That is the comparison Troy-Bilt does not want you making. Skip the base Z42, skip the Mustang Z42, and especially skip the Mustang Z46. If you are dead set on buying new in that price range, at a minimum, look at Husqvarna's Z200 series or a Toro time cutter before you commit. And now we get to one of the biggest traps in the entire mower industry. The brand way too many clueless buyers keep falling for: Poulan Pro. Let's talk about what Poulan Pro actually is, because the name alone tricks people every single day. Poulan Pro is not an independent American brand with engineers sweating over quality. It's a budget line owned by the Husqvarna Group, the same Swedish company that makes premium machines under their own name. The dirty little secret is Husqvarna uses Poulan Pro as their bargain bin label, and when you buy one of these zero turns, you're getting the bottom of their barrel on purpose. Now let's get into the specific machines that are absolutely garbage and deserve to be avoided. The P46ZX is the most complained about zero-turn in the entire lineup. It packs a 22-horsepower Briggs & Stratton Intech twin-cylinder engine, a 46-inch stamped steel deck, a dual hydrostatic drive system, and tops out at a sluggish 6.5 miles per hour forward. That engine displacement sits at 724 cubic centimeters, and the fuel tank holds just 3.5 gallons. Sounds workable on paper, but that deck is loaded with plastic internal components that owners say crack and fail fast. The deck geometry makes proper leveling a nightmare, and the cut comes out uneven right out of the box. You'll find more replacement parts for the P46ZX selling on Amazon than almost any other residential mower. Then there's the P54ZXT, 26-horsepower Kohler engine, 54-inch stamped reinforced deck, Hydro ZT 3100 transmission, 22-inch by 10-inch rear tires, 13-inch by 6.5-inch front tires, 3.5-gallon fuel tank. This one was actually recalled by the CPSC in February of 2018 because the fuel line was routed dangerously close to the rear tire, wearing through and leaking fuel, a straight-up fire hazard. Over 7,100 units between Poulan Pro and Husqvarna were pulled back. And across the entire zero-turn lineup, prices run from roughly $2,500 up to $3,000, which is the precise price range where you should be buying something that actually lasts. But these machines have a documented transmission failure problem that Husqvarna's been aware of since at least 2013 and never properly fixed. Real owners are getting quotes of $900 just to replace a sealed plastic transmission that can't be rebuilt. $900 on a machine you paid $2,500 for. And then when you call customer service or try to use the warranty, you'll spend an hour on hold and get sent to a repair shop that's already stopped doing Poulan warranty work because the company won't pay them. At $2,500 to $3,000, you are 1 or 2 seasons away from a machine that won't move in reverse, won't hold a charge, and has a deck that cuts like it's had a few drinks. For that same money, you can find a clean used Ferris, a Toro time cutter, or a genuine Husqvarna. Next up is Craftsman, a name that once stood for durability, pride, and machines built to last. Your grandfather bought one expecting decades of dependable work, not a machine barely hanging on past the warranty. And that old reputation is exactly why so many hardworking Americans still walk into Lowe's and spend thousands on these mowers without realizing the brand they remember is not the brand they are buying today. Here is what the store never tells you. Craftsman is not the same brand your grandfather trusted. The name was sold to Stanley Black & Decker in 2017, and the zero turns are built by MTD Products, the same company behind Troy-Bilt and Cub Cadet. So, when people buy a Craftsman today, they are really buying a rebranded MTD mower wearing a familiar badge. Even longtime owners say the pre-2017 Craftsman machines are nothing like what Lowe's is selling now. Now let's get into the machines, because this is where it gets ugly. The Z3200 is the entry-level embarrassment, a 547 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine on a 42-inch stamped steel deck with dual hydrostatic transmission and a top speed of 7 miles per hour. One cylinder in 2025. Marketed for yards up to 2 acres. It runs about $1,799 to $1,999 at Lowe's, and the moment you put it in thick, wet grass, that single cylinder will remind you exactly what you paid for. Step up to the Z5200 and you get a 20 horsepower Kohler 7000 series twin cylinder, a 42-inch steel deck, dual hydrostatic transmission, a 3-way adjustable lap bar, and a rubber foot pad sold as a comfort feature. It runs right around $2,699 to $2,999. Real owners who have had it 4 years are replacing starter solenoids, multiple of them, plus full starters. The PTO system has drawn consistent reports of blade engagement failure caused by spindle and belt issues that show up well before a machine should be wearing out. The Z5800 is the top of the lineup. 24 horsepower Kohler, 7000 series twin, 54-inch stamped steel deck, dual hydrostatic transmission, 7 miles per hour top speed, and it retails for approximately $3,499 to $3,799 at Lowe's. One verified buyer who purchased the Z5800 in 2024 reported burning through 3 deck spindles inside a single year because the spindles are sealed with no grease fittings. They run dry, they heat up, and they fail fast with zero practical recourse under warranty. The engine bogs down when blades engage, a documented pattern traced repeatedly to warn spindle bearings, adding drag load directly to the PTO clutch. The deck also develops rust issues with regular use. And that warranty situation is its own disaster. Owners are being bounced between Lowe's, Craftsman, and MTD like a pinball. Nobody owns the problem. One buyer had a transaxle failure at just 20 hours on the clock, and after weeks of phone calls was told by an authorized repair center, "We cannot work on it. Come pick it up." Another owner drove almost 2 hours to a listed warranty center, only to find the shop had stopped honoring Craftsman warranty work entirely and would not document the mechanical problem in writing. Next up, here is what nobody at Home Depot wants to admit while you're standing there ready to spend thousands on a shiny new mower. That Murray Zero Turn on the showroom floor is one of the biggest money traps in the mower industry today. And the real-world owner complaints, repair costs, and build quality tell the whole story. First, you need to understand who Murray really is, because the name tricks people into thinking they are buying from some legendary American mower company with a long-standing reputation behind it. Murray went through MTD, got sold off, and is now owned and operated by Briggs & Stratton, the engine manufacturer. That's right, the company that makes the engine inside your Murray mower also owns the Murray brand entirely. So when your engine fails and you call Murray for warranty help, you are essentially asking Briggs & Stratton to investigate Briggs & Stratton. Now let's go model by model, because these specific machines are the ones you need to avoid. The Murray Cruise 42 is the entry point, sitting at $2,899 exclusively at Home Depot. It runs a 540 cubic centimeter, 19 horsepower Briggs & Stratton single-cylinder E X1900 engine, single cylinder, on a zero turn, designed to handle up to 3 acres. The 42-inch stamped steel deck is 13 gauge, with twin blades, anti-scalp wheels, and 7 cutting height positions topping out around 4 inches. Dual hydro gear transaxles, 10-inch rear turf tires, 3-gallon fuel tank, and a top speed of 7 miles per hour. They even threw in a cup holder and a phone holder. The Cruise X D50 is the bigger sibling at $3,349, also exclusively at Home Depot. It upgrades to a 724 cubic centimeter, 22 horsepower Briggs & Stratton EX I2200V twin engine, a 52-inch deck housing with a 50-inch cutting width, wider 10-inch rear turf tires, and a claimed 3.5 acres per tank. On paper, that's better. In the real world, it's still a Briggs & Stratton engineered machine sold by a Briggs & Stratton-owned brand with a Briggs & Stratton warranty. And Briggs & Stratton's own authorized repair shops have told customers point-blank that Briggs does not pay them for warranty work. One Murray owner in 2025 spent over 6 months without a working mower, driving to a repair center 36 miles away, getting 0 answers, all while still technically under warranty coverage. Consumer Reports tried to rate the Murray Cruise and couldn't. Not because it's complicated, because there isn't enough owner data for the brand to even generate a reliability score. That should stop you cold. Thousands of these machines are sold every season through the biggest home improvement chain in America, and the reliability data pool is so thin that the nation's top product testing organization can't rank them. Now you have the information most dealerships and big box stores hope you never connect in one place. This is not about hating brands, it is about respecting your money, your time, and your land enough to know what you are really buying. Some of these companies once built solid machines, but for several of them that era is long gone, even though the price tag has not changed to match it. If this helped you avoid a bad purchase, hit the like button so I know this kind of honest breakdown matters. Drop a comment with your experience or the brand that surprised you most. I read everyone. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you want real-world insight before you spend your money, not after. See you in the next one.